It almost seems silly to talk about retiring to high school students, but really, when you get out of college, or if you don't go to college and you start working right away, you're going to have to start saving to pay for college. If you want to have kids, as soon as they're born, to start saving for their college, you're going to have to pay for your car loans, you're going to have to pay for your house payments. And Social Security is something that kicks in when you're 65. That means if you started buying a house that you want to live in for the rest of your life at 35, then it would be paid off at 65, and that's assuming you didn't redo it, get a lower rate, as a lot of people are doing now, and try to then make it for another 30 years. A lot of people who are in their 60s who still have 20 years to go on their house. So, assuming you actually have paid off your house or your dwelling that you're going to be living in at 65, you would have, and if you did no other savings, $1,200 a month. That's going to maybe cover your food and your fun and your repairs on the house, because you're going to have to do that. It's certainly not going to cover much of a vacation. It's certainly not going to cover any huge expenses, medical or otherwise, you might have. So keep that in mind. And this is going to be talking about how you save more money for retirement other than Social Security. So you got some reasons here that you want to do it. And this, of course, is assuming you make it to 65 for working. Some people like to retire at younger ages. Okay, so Social Security is money that's taken out of your paycheck. If you're working in high school, it's already being taken out. You have to work 40 quarters, that means 10 years, to get any Social Security. And you can get it at 62, as you can see, for a reduced rate, but most people are going to wait till they're 65. Reduced rate because you have no other money and you're just willing to give up a lifetime of lower paychecks. So this is something started by FDR on the New Deal to try to help people deal with retirement with no money, and it actually, they figured out how long people were living. The average age back then was 65, and now the average age is about 73 for men and 77 for women. And the problem with that, of course, is that the government doesn't have enough money. Medicare, which is health care for the elderly, is projected to have not enough to pay for people by 2020, and within 10 years of that, 2030, not even when you guys are starting to retire, we're not going to have enough for Social Security unless things are changed, like upper income get less, or Social Security taxes are more, or some other derivative. Okay, so the things you can do. I, for example, as a public school employee, put money away in a 403B. That means it's not taxed. It's taken out of my paycheck before I can even spend it. I will have to pay tax on it when I get it, but it will be multiplied by that point when I start taking it out. If you work for a business, it's a 401k. Often businesses will give some kind of match up to a certain amount. If you put 1,000 away, maybe they'll put 500 away. I don't work for state, even though I have a state retirement plan, but this is the same thing for 403B would be a 457. And then you have a different plan for federal employees. A lot of us who work for public sector also get money, a retirement plan, in addition to these. These are ones that we voluntarily contribute to. But for example, I will get a retirement from the state of Virginia, assuming the state of Virginia always has the money. Federal government employees get the same, etc. So one benefit of public employees' careers, even though you get often paid less than private, is the retirement plan. Okay, so I already mentioned that my 403B is tax deferred, meaning I don't pay tax on it. It's as if I was making less money. I'm not spending it right now. I will pay when I'm older. We already mentioned the 401 and the fact that it's personal choice. You have to decide for all these plans where you want to put the money, what kind of investments. And each, like Fairfax County, for example, has only a certain amount of areas that I can put it into. And if I want to take it out because I don't feel it's doing well, there is a service fee to do so. And so you can take a certain amount a month out, but not much more. Okay, so if you want to get the money out, For the tax-deferred things like the 403B plan, you can get it out at 59. Some people run into financial problems. If they want to get it out earlier, you can see there's a penalty. And you got to withdraw it at 70. At least start withdrawing at 70 years old. Okay, if you're in a 401k plan, the private company, for example, you can roll it over to the new company and take the money with you. Okay, so there are IRAs, which are ones for the federal government, not for people working for the federal government necessarily, although they could be. People who just want to invest. And so Roth IRAs is what a lot of people use, named after Senator Roth of Delaware, now deceased. So you can leave the money in there as long as you want, even past 65, 70, as opposed to traditional IRA where it says, again, 70 and a half, 70 years old, 6 months, you got to start taking the money out. And these all will, again, save you taxes now so that your money can grow and you can withdraw it later. And as with the 403Bs, the ones you put away, penalties for early withdrawal, the government likes to know that that money is going to be there because they're using it right now before you're going to use it. So these are all different ways. Again, from the top, you're going to get Social Security because it's taken out of your paycheck. You have employment plans through work. You can put money away. You have individual retirements through the federal government that you can put money away with. And of course, you're going to have another unit on. You can put money in stocks and bonds. Okay, so what's your Social Security benefits? The answer, of course, 62 if you want to reduce benefits, but most people 65. And then IRAs, individual retirement account. And that's it.